Okay, so I am left with my first box here, and I want to go ahead and put this together. Now, when we start talking about planning for things, this is super important because maybe you already have an idea and maybe you're doing drawings of your own that you want to add to this, okay? And maybe you think it might be easier because see how this side has no lines on it? We're going to fold this so this becomes our outside. See how when it's nice and flat like this, it's super easy to attach things as opposed to when it's a box. So this is where we're kind of at this point of what's your plan? How are these going to be organized? And also which side shows, okay? If you go back and look at the pyramid, when you looked at those boxes that built the pyramid, the only thing that showed was the front and the back, if it was in the middle, and if it was on the end, then it had three sides that showed, okay? So as you're plotting where your pictures are going to go and which box is going to tell what story, you kind of have to know which sides of the box are going to show, okay? We got to think about that, all right? But for all intents and purposes, what I want to do right now is just show you what I find is the easiest way to put this together, okay? So you should have tape out for you to use. Here's my first suggestion. Pull yourself off about 5 pieces of tape and then stick them so they're kind of like hanging out like on the edge of the table, okay? Just do me a favor, don't forget and just leave them hanging there, okay? So I'm going to pre-cut tape because it's easier than trying to cut it as I go, all right? So I'm just going to cut off a whole bunch of Scotch tape. All right, so I got my Scotch tape, I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, we had said, I think in my opinion, the one that's got all the tabs is the easiest one to start with, okay? So if I start here, bend this guy up, I'm going to bend these two sides together. I'm going to line them up so they're nice and straight. And I'm going to put the tape this way, okay, as opposed to just across it. So I'm going to line these two guys up. I'm going to go ahead and seal the tape. Now, you can, if you want to, kind of fold this a little bit so that the tape is sticking really well on both sides, okay? Now, I've got another tab here that's going to fold in. So let's bring this side up. And I'm actually holding on to the tab with my finger here on the inside. And see how this edge is nice and lined up? Again, I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape. I'm going to go the long way on it. I'm going to push this across, but I'm also going to fold this a little bit to try to get the tape to really stick. Okay? So right now I've got 2 sides put together. Another side left to go here. So if we look at how this goes, right? See, we've got a tab here. So if I push this side in, that's going to sit at the bottom and kind of fit under this guy. So these two guys go together. Okay? So again, I'm going to hold that tab on the inside. Take another piece of my tape. And then go ahead and close this. Okay? You definitely have to tape every side. Don't leave anybody hanging because it'll cause a little bit of a structural issue. So I'm also going to put this piece in here. Now, if I want to, I can reach inside, let my fingers hold on to that so that I can just press the tape. Okay? Now, in the template that I'm using, it ended up with a funky tab, in my opinion. So this guy, I'm just going to fold him in and pretend he doesn't even exist. All right. So I've got another piece of tape. I am going to close this like a lid so that this tab pushes down in between these guys. And then again, let's go across here, here, I've got 3 sides there I need to add tape to. Okay, and then my last one. Okay, so now we've got a cube, sturdy, square. Okay, it could sit like this. It could be up on its point. It could be built up with other items around it. What I would say would be an awesome move at this point is put your name on it. Okay? Because in the past, we have had cube thieves that say, oh no, these are mine, right? Because everybody's looks the same, right? They're just beige cubes. But once you get them built to this point, most likely we'll be back together again when it's time to start organizing and printing our pictures. So in the time that you have this week in class, what I would like you to do is finish building your 5. If you think your design's going to have more than 5, keep going, but your minimum is going to be 5 boxes here that you're going to have to incorporate into this sculpture. Okay, that's talking about you. So let's get those 5 boxes done with you back in class, and then we'll start talking about the organizing and the placement of everything moving forward from here. All right, so happy box folding. Let's see if we can get those done so that we can keep moving on to applying images to this next step. Okay, great.